Well, Halloween's probably one of the weirdest days to start a YouTube channel, a Transformers-related YouTube channel. I mean, if I made videos like Mr. Nightmare, that would make a little bit more sense. But no, it's a Transformers review channel, or actually just a review channel of things in general. I got this on Halloween, and what a perfect day for Halloween, because oh my god, is this thing terrible.
But your sister is dead. She's gone forever. And what a waste. If it could maybe brought us together or something. If you could just say, I'm sorry, or faced up to what happened, maybe then we could do something with this. But you can't take responsibility for anything.
Tonight's Halloween, a perfect time for a spooky event. I guess it was also my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, so why not celebrate that with my most garbage figure that I own to celebrate 1 year of mediocrity. Hey, that's not the only reason I picked this guy. I mean, after all, I also got him last year on Halloween. After all, you can't have terror without terrible. But you know what? He also does quite fit the day, doesn't he? After all, Halloween has many avatars and icons, from Frankenstein to Dracula, and even things like witches and cats, more specifically the ones of the black kind. Alright, with all that being said, this is a pretty good figure to celebrate such a special occasion, because this, while he is quite bad, did end up being on my top 15 favorite pickups of last year. After all, isn't celebrating garbage a good thing? When you can get just a little bit of gleam and enjoyment from such a pile of shit. I mean, it's a good thing, right? You know? I mean, like, it's great celebrating when Hasbro does things that are right. You know, like this guy, I got him, he's cool, but you know what? It's also nice when you can get a bad figure, be like, well, I still like it. It's a win-win. So, with all that being said, let's just take a look at this big fucker. He is the biggest big cat, or really Transformer, that I own. For scale, why don't I bring in one of my favorite figures, Skullgrin, the sex offender. Yeah, just a mere deluxe is overwhelmed by the sheer volume and size that this big cat has. And he is Cheetor. Cheetahs usually are my least favorite of the big cats, but this is a meaty cheetah. He has the spots and all, and he does have the very slim anatomy that I kind of like that from this upgrade of a design. In my opinion, I think the Beast Machine's designs excel the most when you take the nice qualities of the beast modes that you have and you exaggerate all of their high points to make such a cool looking design. You have Black Arachnia with her giant spider legs that are creepy and efficient. You have Rat Trap, who looks like roadkill. I don't know, fuck rats. You have Optimus Primal in his monkey mode, which unfortunately didn't take in the fact that he is a monkey, and monkeys are funny. But hey, at least Cheetor definitely exaggerates the agility of a cheetah with this really long waist, these long bent legs, and a small head, I don't know. He does have a giant muscular underside. That's mostly for the robot mode. But hey, it makes him look like a really strong cheetah, almost like a really swift jaguar. And as we all know, jaguars are the real kings of the jungle. I mean, at least if you follow zoologist YouTubers who are so popular and they tell me my opinions for me. So that's a pretty cool head sculpt. Is it accurate at all? No, but I always thought that while it was cute, Cheetor's baby face didn't really fit the character. I mean, he was an asshole the entire show. He was just going, "That's in order! That's in order! That's in order! That's in order!" Motherfucker thinks he's Chad on. And this evil asshole definitely captures that a lot better than his show counterpart. You can also turn the head side to side to open and close the mouth, which is fun, I guess. And you can lift this up to reveal a lack of gimmick, because mine doesn't really work. Yeah, why review a copy of a figure if it doesn't work? I mean, you're watching Mr. T's reviews, not someone who's actually a professional, so I don't know what you ask for me. Speaking of which, he's also missing his belly flap right here. There's supposed to be another one to cover this one up in beast mode. Also, this one just doesn't like staying in. You know, engineering is garbage because it's barely existent. Yet one of the few things that it actually does for a transformation doesn't even do it properly? Really? Another flaw of this figure is the mismatched colors when it comes to the yellow plastics. I mean, you think the modern figures are bad. Oh no, you have this dark yellow, orange, dark clear, and not even that's inconsistent. Though that might just be because there's more of it here, whereas this is just kind of a thin layer. It just makes it look cheap. And come on, this is at the time, a $50 figure. Nowadays, this would cost $200. $200. Would you pay that much money for this? Well, thank you, Cheetor. Thank you for telling me and the audience exactly what everyone was thinking. In terms of articulation, other than the head, he's got its shoulders, which we'll talk about in robot mode, and he's got a bunch of leg joints in robot mode, and he also has a tail. Don't move that. It's okay, it's okay. It's funny when it does that. When it falls apart and it doesn't stay in place, it's funny! He does have a decent joint right here. There you go. That's it. That's his only good joint. Well, I guess you know what, he does have this, so you know, I mean, does that's pretty good. So yeah, in terms of the alt mode, it is the better of the two, but I still wouldn't call it great. I think the other two figures are a lot nicer. Now, how about scale? I mean, this is advertised as a big figure, and they even said it's as big as a house cat, which, you know, its anatomy looks a little off. Its head's definitely smaller than a normal house cat's, but house cats are pretty small. I can attest. So to prove it to you, here he is with an actual cat. They say it's as big as a real house cat. Maybe? I mean, doesn't have the proportions of one. What the hell is this? Oh, man. The beast mode's not awful. It's not good. It's not awful. Let's do one size comparison, huh? I'm sorry, Kit Kat. I'm gonna pick you up, okay? I'm sorry, she's just over dramatic. She's whiny. Is she the size of a house cat? About. Now my cat's gonna be really mad at me. I'm sorry. Let's just transform him now. Let's just transform him. Now, the thing is, I usually have montages to showcase the transformation in depth both ways, because, you know, I like to showcase both the robot mode, the alt mode, and the puzzle with the transformation. But since this figure is so simple, I'm not even going to bother with the montage, so let's just get right into the... sorry if I mistransformed that. I don't have the capacity to correctly transform this. I usually leave it over here, but that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be somewhere on the back. But you know what? I don't do that normally, so... Oh wait, no, there's a peg here. I'm just being stupid. This has to come out. Oh shit, I forgot about the weapon. So that was transformation. Not really the worst, but it's also, because of how big it is, not fun. There's no cool engineering, and also it's a pain in the ass to record, so I don't love it. And you know what? I mistransformed the legs for a reason we'll get to very quickly. But anyways, this is the robot mode. Yes, I am missing the fucking stupid belly flap. It would only make the figure like 1% better, and this figure's already pretty close to 0, so you know what? It's not even worth it. It's, you know, there's a lot of sacrifices for the cat mode in order to make it not that accurate, like the chest. But, like, could you have just tried at least a little bit to make this guy accurate? I'll give him this. It looks really stupid, which is very show accurate. But the funny part is, it's still not very accurate at all. The color scheme, for example, the yellow's down pretty well. The greens are nice. But instead of black... it's supposed to be purple all over the place. Also, his head should be a lot longer, because the ET looking ass. The head sculpt is, well, I'll give him this. It's pretty scary, and Beast Machine's Cheetor is pretty scary, but it's scary for the wrong reasons. This guy, especially once you press his button back here... This is a Transformer? This demon. Not much else to say. I mean, like... wow. It's a shame I can't show off all the cool little gimmicks he's supposed to. Oh, but wait, I still have the worst one. So with this hand, there's like a joint here at the wrist that moves down. But you gotta keep it like this, because if you don't... yeah. The funny part is, most of the time when you bend the hand down, the fingers are gonna be bent. So then, like, what even is this? What even is this? Like, it doesn't even look like he's shooting his fingers. It just looks like his hand's just stretching like he's... Mr. Fantastic. No, that's too cool of a character to reference for this. He's like Luffy. No. As much as I hate anime, Luffy doesn't deserve this. You know what? This man thinks he's Miss Marvel, doesn't he? Ooh. Got him. As for this hand, there's like no articulation, because you're supposed to bend it and like a missile's supposed to fire out, which it doesn't. So when you don't have the missile, well, even if you do, it's not really cool. But even if you don't, yeah... you just got like a non-posable arm. Cool. As far as the legs, well, they do have plenty of joints because there's no gimmicks attached to them, but good luck standing this guy up on these. Oh, at least they gave you heels. I can forgive a lot on this figure. I mean, not really, but not a lot of it really bothers me, but this has got to be the worst feat of engineering I've ever seen. You gave the motherfucker heels so he can stand, but not only do you flip it out the wrong way downwards, so when you put pressure on it, it goes upwards. That's not even the worst part. At least if it stands up, it can, you know, be useful. It doesn't even touch the fucking ground. Look at this. Look at that. What was wrong with the 2000s designers when they made this piece of shit? Like, what were you thinking? I know that's the phrase that gets thrown around. What were you thinking? Good enough. Just same with, like, make the black spots black instead of purple. Good enough. Who cares? Only, like, a $200 fucking figure. Can you imagine that? You get, like, a Yellow Park or whatever it is, like the Takara Primal, and it has something like that. Could you imagine that? Hey, at least Beast Machine's fans weren't missing out on much, because, like, this figure's barely better than the actual show. Speaking of which, you also got his weapon, which is very inaccurate. I mean, to be fair, making just a bland-ass little yellow paddle out of such a detailed tail is actually kind of difficult. I don't expect Transformer engineers at the time to solve that. But it is kind of funny how you hold it. You just plop it in these fingers. You know what? That's fine. We'll just do that. And then I think you bend them down. No, what you have to do is you have to slot this, then you move this over, and you put the fingers in that way. Very annoying, I assure you, but once it's in there pretty well. And now he can actually swing his sword, his garbage sword. Look at me, I'm the ghost of a really fucking garbage figure. Woo! Not so much for that. Let's go over articulation now. That's pretty much the last thing we got other than a scale. I'm not doing that. Head moves back and forth. Fairly nice. Now, this time we will actually cover each hand or each arm because they're asymmetrical articulation. And spoiler alert, neither of them are that good. Shoulder moves forward and back with the most obnoxious ratchet I've ever experienced in my life, other than maybe the Night Scream in the same line. It pops out that way. Oh, you thought like Tarn or G-Axis's shoulders were a little bit awkward? Oh, yeah. I mean, what even is that? What is that? It doesn't even move out, because then it goes back in. What was even the point of that? Not really a bend in the elbow because of the gimmick, so you basically just get, like, that. You get that articulation with the hand. This shoulder's a little better. You can move back and forth and out, like, 2 degrees. Okay, it's better than nothing. His shoulder does have an actual swivel, which is nice, and a decent elbow bend. Well, okay, decent for how garbed this figure is, you know. And the hand, just the fingers. But I guess you can move it a little bit more subtly if you don't move it out all the way. But, you know, I guess it's better than nothing. Because of this supposed to plugging in, there's not really much of a waist swivel, but you do get some decent points here. You get the hips, nice ratchet, barely go in and out, that's okay. A joint here, and a joint here, a swivel here, and ankles right here. Overall, the articulation is pretty poor, but hey, at least the leg articulation is decent. It's too bad that you won't ever get this figure to stand up, but, you know, with enough practice, I'm sure you... Let me just say this again. At least with enough practice, you can get him to stand up. See? So yeah, see? He's cool. Let's get him into another pose. Oh, no. You can just... Come on, it's not that bad. It's just... Fuck this stupid fucking figure! I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be better than this. When I first started this fucking channel a year ago, I always wanted to be the guy who's like, you know what? I fucking love Transformers. It's my passion project. I buy them because they're good. I mean, shit, this guy, I literally started everything because I was astonished that Hasbro could be so good. The Transformers could be so good. Back when I first got into Transformers during the Combiner Wars, it was fucking crap. I mean, it was cool, but it wasn't very good. But now they're so good, and I just wanted to be that one guy in the sea of everyone always being, fuck this thing fucking sucks, this thing fucking sucks. I have high standards. You're a fucking sucker. I wanted to be that one voice to be like, you know what? No. Transformers is better than this. Transformers is something that's fucking great. But I'm sorry, this entire fucking year has been shit after shit after shit after shit! And this fucking figure was the one that started everything. You know what? I'm done. I'm destroying this thing. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Mr. the Fuckface, Mr. Cheetor, whatever the fuck you want to call me. You're just gonna be so you can bring out like a fucking Nerf gun. You're gonna bring out like a sword, something. No, I'm fucking serious. You have taken everything from me. In a world full of mediocrity and apathy, all I wanted was a little bit of joy. Something that I could just enjoy, at least a little bit. But ever since I got you, I felt nothing but pain. So much garbage. So much pain. You even had to take her from me, didn't you? it's not your fault.